I'm Shannon Miller for Amish Country TV. I'm here today at the Amish Mennonite Heritage Center, home of the Behalt. Morning, Paul.
Welcome. Glad that you made this your first stop in coming to Amish Country. It's a good place for people to begin their tours here. Here you can get a good crash course in who we are, why we live as a distinct people. This is Behalt. This is a cyclorama, a large circular mural, 265 feet round, 10 feet high, oils painted on canvas. The work of one artist, Heinz Gogel, who completed this over a period of 14 years.
Wow.
He estimated it took him about 5.5 years of actual painting time to finish it.
Tell us a little bit about the story it tells.
Heinz chose to tell the story of the Amish and Mennonites from the story, the beginning of the Christian church, and then to pick up the story of the Amish and Mennonites as they grew out of the Reformation. The particular scene we have here is the very beginnings of the movement in Zurich, Switzerland in 1525, and the very beginning initial adult baptism, which marked really the start of the group. From that point forward, there was a fair amount of persecution. A lot of our early leaders were martyred for their faith, and then growing out of that was the movement that eventually spread across all of Europe, and by 1693 led to the formation of the Amish as an entirely separate group of religious believers. The cyclorama then follows the story of the Mennonites and Amish as they migrated to the New World and their settlement here in North America.
What is the difference between Amish and Mennonite?
Let me show you the scene which depicts the beginnings of the Amish division. Here we have the taller figure on the left, which would be Jacob Ammon, and the shorter figure on the right would be Hans Reist. And in 1693, they had disagreements as to how the church ought to conduct its affairs. Jacob Ammon and others felt that there needed to be more concern for a pure church with a disciplined life, and included in that was that whenever there was somebody who had transgressed against church rules, that they needed to be put outside the church.
Okay. And
Hans Reist differed with him, and after a very contentious debates over a period of time, they divided and went their separate ways. And though there were some attempts to reconcile after that, they have remained as separate people from that point forward. The scene of the ship is important because here to the left you have William Penn, and in 1683 he brought Mennonites on the Concord, this ship that's shown here, to Philadelphia for the first time, and they began a settlement in Germantown.
so how did the Amish settle in Holmes County?
And this scene over here shows Jonas Stutzman, who was the important figure who was the very first settler to come into what's presently Holmes County. Jonas came in 1809, just 200 years ago.
Wow.
And you see him pictured over here with the chair and all dressed in white. Now, in about 1853, he had predicted that Christ would return, and when he returned, he believed that he would literally come to this area, and he needed a chair that was befitting Christ's stature and his being above all creation.
Wow.
And so he built a chair that was actually taller, a little bit wider, made completely out of joined wood without any nails or other hardware.
Wow.
And we have the good fortune of having that chair here
wow.
for visitors to see.